Thank you everybody for coming today. I'm Susan Yang. I'm the Executive Director at Denise Louie Education Center. We have 5 centers across the city, and we serve over 500 children prenatal to 5. We are really pleased to host Mayor Harrell today and Mr. Chappelle in this very, very windy city. I first met the mayor in 2014 when he was then a city council member on a bus tour on the East Coast when I was in a different job and he was in a different job, as we looked at different models across the state and across the country. The Seattle Preschool Program has grown into a national model for the cities, and Denise Louie Education Center proudly has 4 classrooms that we participate. We thank the city for their leadership and support through the pandemic and the ongoing challenges that we have faced as a city. Investing in high-quality preschool programs are the hallmark of a vibrant city. Our youngest citizens, we believe at Denise Louie, will one day be the mayor to replace our mayor behind me. And we thank the mayor for his long-term commitment to early learning, and we look forward to the city continuing to invest in its youngest citizens. Please welcome Mayor Harrell.
Thank you, Susan. Okay. All I heard was someone to replace Bruce Harrell out of all those lovely words. But I'm very pleased to be here, and today's a great day. I'll tell you, when I first heard about this city investing in high-quality preschool was when Tim Burgess had this epiphany that the greatest equalizer, the greatest equity builder in our city could be a great investment in our young kids. And the city should be in this space because many other cities are doing that. Now that's leadership right there through our leader, Dwane Chappelle. Look at that, teamwork. Well, when Tim and I sort of toured the country with other educational leaders, it became crystal clear to me that this could be some of the greatest work we could do. I ask all the time, and I don't care how bad the wind is or how much it is raining, I ask in this city, when we are building One Seattle, what does love look like? What does love look like? Love looks like standing in the wind with an umbrella about to go upside down, but still saying nothing will stop us from educating these kids. It looks like what you see here with Susan and her staff, making sure these kids have an opportunity to succeed. That's what love looks like. Love does not look like throwing a brick through a window, teasing other people, bullying. That's not what it looks like. So I will tell you that under the leadership and partnership with the Seattle Public School District, with great institutions like the one we're holding the press conference in today, that the city will continue to invest. And we want to thank the voters again for using their tax dollars, making sure that our kids, particularly our kids of color, but all kids, particularly African American students, but all students, get a great opportunity to self-optimize. I will tell you that in our One Seattle vision, that these kids who come out eager to learn will be loved. You know, when I think about when I went to, look at that, put that umbrella away. When I think about when I was in college, I have to tell you that I do not remember a lot of the papers that I wrote, or even in high school, a lot of the essays that were assigned to us. But what I do remember is I learned how to learn. And I think in brain development, in these early ages, that's what these kids are understanding. But it takes love, it takes patience. And so this is high quality learning at a very early age. And it saddens me when we see adults that perhaps did not have the benefit of this kind of program. We are about, I think about 8 years strong on this. Again, we have city leaders, we have educators and administrators, we have voters. We have the components here in Seattle to make this a city we could only dream of. And as a Seattle Public Schools graduate, my parents were Seattle Public Schools graduate, I get it. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you. It is my honor, my dream come true to be able to partner with great leaders like we see here today. And with that, I will introduce, I believe, our next speaker, and that will be Dwane Chappelle. Or will you introduce Dwane? Am I doing? Okay. I'm going to introduce a leader that is one of the personal friends that I have, and has been a leader in the Seattle Public Schools as a principal, and now I'm so proud that he continues to lead DEAL, and I'm honored that he stayed on with the Harrell administration. It's absolutely my honor. I don't like hiring people taller than me because they make me look short, but I present to you a phenomenal leader, Dwane Chappelle.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Just the mic.
And just the mic, okay. is extremely difficult to follow an amazing mayor, but I appreciate all of the acknowledgement that he just mentioned. But we're also excited today to kick off this application season, as the mayor just mentioned. This is our 8th year of the Seattle Preschool Program, and since it started in 2015, SPP has grown sixfold. Yes, sixfold. And since the start of the voter-approved FEP levy 3 years ago, we've actually doubled the number of seats, which is an amazing job. So this fall, we actually have the capacity for more than 2,100 Seattle children, 2,100. And none of this would be possible without the city's commitment to invest in education, and nor would it be actually possible for our network of providers like Denise, Louie, Susan, like our mayor. And we're just grateful for the way our Seattle preschool providers have served our children, our families throughout this pandemic, including just our partners at Seattle Public Schools and all of our community-based providers. As the mayor just mentioned a moment ago, high quality preschool is just one evidence-based practice, or should I say strategy, that we're using to close race-based opportunity gaps for our Seattle students. We want our scholars to know, and we believe that in their brilliance from preschool through post-secondary, and I'm just excited that to the day we get to see our first graduating SPP scholars step into the Seattle Promise program. At the K-12 student level, our students further some education, or should I say educational justice, are receiving expanded learning opportunities, wraparound support services, culturally relevant and specific responsive programming, and it's extremely exciting. So finally, as I mentioned, we're excited about our scholars to achieve post-secondary credential, and despite all of the progress that we've made, we still have more work to do to achieve educational or academic equity. The last 2 years have impacted our families, our schools, our students with unprecedented challenges, especially our families of color. So at Deal, we've been adapting many of our supports to help our families meet those challenges. And the home learning kits we're giving out today to our families here in the International District is just one example. And again, I want to thank you, Susan Yang, you and your team here at Denise, Louie. Mayor, we want to thank you for your vision and everything that you've done for our Seattle students. And it's actually super exciting to be here to kick this off. So now I'm going to introduce Lillian. Okay.
So Lillian Wong is one of our parents, and she is a 2-time Seattle preschool parent. Her daughter is enrolled right now, and her other child also graduated from our program. So I'm going to pass the mic to Lillian.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I would like to, express my sincere gratitude to all the teachers and faculty in Denise Louis. So I have 2 little minds. The first one started December 2019. As you know, that was the COVID-19 was no and fun at that time. I really, really appreciate all the teachers taking the correction, the correspondent actions very quickly, set up online classes, having education to all the parents and students to know what is COVID-19, what to do. And later on now is my daughter's turn. She back to the normal size class again. And I'm thankful for all the teachers once again making the lessons so motivated, set up realistic goals, helping, encourage them to learn, improving their skill sets. So yeah, I'm so grateful they have such a wonderful teacher in this school. So once again, I cannot thank you enough for all the teachers and faculty here. So you are all the best. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Liling. Thank you very much. I'm going to assume it was just coincidental that the mic was turned on after I spoke and Director Chappelle spoke. I won't take that as a slight. I believe right now I'll open up for questions and answers. I'll be more than happy, and Director Chappelle will be available for questions as well. Are there any questions on this great day? We're off to a great start. See how I clear it up? That's what we do with the Chappelle Harrell administration here. Are there any questions? And if there's not, we're going to do a little work here, I think. Ask away. This is when no one asks a question, just sort of, no, I'm glad you asked that question. So, no, I'm just joking. Are we good? Everybody happy? Everybody good? One Seattle. One Seattle.
One Seattle.
All right.
There it is.
Thank you very much.